What's up, y'all? This is Jay Wade on another episode of a sit down with Tzzo Dark. What's up, man?
Tzzo Dark, man.
How you been?
I'm doing good.
All right, man. That's
Chilling.
good. That's good. So let's get straight into it. Tell us about yourself, man. What you do?
Me? All right, man. I make different type of like music. You know, I'm a very versatile artist. I make stuff more along with like rock stuff. I make just outside the box music. You know, I grew up listening to different sounds, and you know, I was like, man, let me put it all together, try to see what I can do with it.
All right, that's what's up, man. Like, can you tell us when that started for you as far as like music? Like, when did you recognize that you kind of had that talent?
All right, so I grew up in the church, actually. So my grandma was a pastor, so we was always doing gospel music and stuff. I didn't even hear my first rap song until I was around like 6, 7, you know. So I heard that stuff. I was like, man, it's different. So I heard the secular music, and I heard the church music, and I was like, you know, I'm moving towards more the secular side of things, but at the same time, I was like, man, I just like rapping, man. I just like putting stuff together. I was around like 8 when I made my first couple of poems and stuff. And I was around 13 when I started recording music on my phone and stuff, and I started releasing music on SoundCloud when I was like 15.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. So was you like at that time? Were you doing secular or were you doing more of the clean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I always try to make my music a little bit more clean than other stuff, but in recent years, I have just been acting a fool. I ain't gonna lie to you. But,
okay,
you know.
all right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so and with it being like you being so young, starting with music and growing up, like being from St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Like, what was that like growing up for you?
Man, it was hard. Like, I grew up around like Pine Line and stuff, like originally until I was around 10. So I went to all different types of schools. I used to get bussed out just being like one of the smarter kids. So I used to miss a lot of like class time with the people who I lived around and stuff. So I always was kind of a closed off kind of kid, you know. But, you know, with that being said, I wasn't as tight-knit with everybody. So whenever people started looking for somebody to bully and tried to pick on, they tried me, but I wasn't going. So
He said I wasn't going for that.
I wasn't going for none of that. So
yeah,
I ended up having to just get in a lot of fights and stuff. So that's eventually how I ended up leaving the St. Louis school district and everything, man.
Okay, got you. Okay, and so like speaking of that, you know, in St. Louis, we got this famous question as far as since I've been growing up, basically, what high school you go to. So what high school did you go to?
So that's the craziest thing. Like, people do not want to hear this, but I graduated from Illinois. Like,
Oh, for real? Dang.
So I moved over the river when I was 10 years old, but it's like I was outside the whole time, and then I just was outside in a different state, got to see different stuff. So I graduated from Belleville East.
Okay, that's what's up.
On the east side.
All right, and so you kind of touched on it a little bit, but if you can expand on that more, like, what was that environment for you? Because I know sometimes it could be challenging or it could be easy. It depends on who you are.
Just the transition? Yeah, the transition was tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, like I said, I was getting in a lot of fights. I really had I had the hood embedded it into my DNA at that point. So it's like when I went across the river, I was in different spaces to where there was more white people than black people, you know, more people that was, you know what I mean, who was used to living a more comfortable lifestyle, didn't have to deal with looking over their shoulder all the time. So I went into those environments not really knowing how to act, how to be around people and stuff, and it caused me a lot of trouble. But I quickly learned, because, you know, some people just don't play about they peace. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah,
That's definitely true. And so, upon graduating and looking towards the future, what did you see yourself doing at the high school? Like, kind of describe that last year and what you went through.
So the crazy thing is that I actually was already taking trips to Atlanta and stuff, like around my sophomore, junior year. So like I knew what I knew what I wanted to do, like, from the beginning. I was mixing and engineering all my stuff. Like I said, I started writing my first poems when I was 8. Like, this was a plan that I have been putting into fruition for years. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just something I was like, oh, everybody else rapping, I'm gonna rap too. You know what I mean? Like, it's in my DNA just to make music. You know what I mean? So as soon as I graduated, I was like, I'm about to go state to state. I'm finna do this, I do that. But I'm a 2020 graduate. Like my 21st birthday tomorrow. Like,
Dang.
yeah, so
Okay.
I'm real young. Like,
Okay.
but as soon as graduating during as soon as the pandemic hit, like I remember my last day of school like it was yesterday. Like we sat down. It was a Friday. They was talking about how the coronavirus coming out. It was like take your books with you. You know what I mean? You gonna need them. Next day. Saturday, next school day was like a Monday or something. You know, they like don't come to school. So everything was just shut down. You know, as soon as I graduated, I never had to have that experience of going out right after I graduated and turning up with the people I went to school with. I was locked in, so I had to change my approach. I wanted to go out and do a lot of face-to-face networking and stuff like that, but I was like, I can't do that now. So I had to look towards the internet route.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So that was a tough time. Okay, got you. Okay, so you didn't really get to experience, you know, I guess the normal circumstances here.
I ain't even walk the stage.
Dang, man.
I ain't walk the stage. I got my diploma, but I ain't walking the stage.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, well, at least it, you know, worked out in the end as far as you being able to get your education. Because that's like a real important thing, especially these days. And just the knowledge aspect, not necessarily the fact that, you know, education is supposed to carry you to $1 billion, but it can help you get started. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a lot of gatekeeping too. Like people don't want you to come inside certain spaces if you ain't go through the trials that they went to get the certifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what's up, though. Okay. So we're gonna switch the topic real quick, and we're gonna talk about what you've been listening to lately. So tell me some of the artists and what you've been vibing to.
I've been listening to all St. Louis artists recently because I got hit to a lot of people. Like it's this cold ass nigga named Shredder. He make beats and stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, he go by Obnotic when he making his beats and stuff. He made beats for me. I listen to my homies. I listen to Lil Kid Kai. I listen to Meso Preem. I'm listening to Spider Guru. OMG is MB. Like those are people who I'm listening to just right now because like those are people I'm looking forward to working with and doing stuff with, and you know it's all in the talks, all in the works.
Okay, that's what's up. So who's some of your like favorite artists in general, like as far as industry or even local?
All right, yeah. So I say top 3. It's gonna sound crazy. So Drake, my number 1, man. I know a lot of people they like to count him out because of the allegations and stuff of ghost riding, but it's like people don't realize that like all your favorite pop people, bro, like your pop artists, they don't make their own music. You know what I mean? So just to have a hand in making your own music anyway, like that's something that really comes from the rap side of the game. You know what I mean?
I'm curious, like, what's the one thing you like about Drake as far as like musically? Like, what's something that you could like identify in his music?
I feel like he speak for people who overthink. You know what I mean? I feel like Drake is a thinker. He think a lot, and the way he think, it remind me of myself sometimes. Like certain relations with females and stuff. Like I won't say that I go as far as to buy a girl, this, that, and the third. I ain't no simp now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a lover boy for sure. Like, I like spending time. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad that that definitely influenced your music in so many ways. And actually, I want to dive in deeper in that like a little bit later. But I want to. I was telling Tez or whatever before the interview. I had a surprise question for you because I was listening to your music and I study before I do these interviews, right? Yeah. So I'm paying attention. So I'm gonna ask you this question. All right. Now I gotta ask, who is your favorite anime character and why?
All time?
All time? Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go
all
with that.
Time.
Let's go with that.
Well, I say I don't know if you ever watched Soul Eater.
Nope, I
ain't
never
watched Soul Eater.
Nope.
Well, it's this dude on Soul Eater named Death the Kid. I really like him, man. He got the swag, man. He got the swag, and on this show they got like people. They got teams of like 2 or 3 people. So they got one person who is the Meister, the person who holds the weapon, and then you got the weapon. And then you got to work as a team because the person turned into the weapon, you hold the weapon, use it against whoever you fighting against. You know what I mean? Dude, cool as hell. He all black, three white stripes on the side of his head.
Does that symbolize something, like having the 3 white stripes?
Nah, I mean, it symbolized the fact that, like, because it's only on one side of his hair. He obsessed with symmetry. But that's the thing that pisses him off the most because it's not symmetrical on both sides of his head, yeah. And then he got 2 bitches with him, you know what I'm saying? Liz and Patty, and they his guns. He got 2 guns. He shooting with his pinkies. I just think he's swag, man.
Okay.
And like Like just the way that they play with his character, like he always seemed like, you know what I mean, oh, I can't do this because it's not symmetrical. It's like some OCD type stuff. But then like when it's time to lock in, he really start going crazy.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to check. What's the name of the show again?
Soul Eater.
Okay, Soul Eater. I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, cool. Did you watch Dragon Ball growing up?
I didn't watch Dragon Ball.
Okay.
It sounds crazy. I watched Naruto, like a lot of Naruto.
Man, dang.
Naruto,
Okay.
all the Naruto characters, my guys too. Like,
Okay.
if we going off of Naruto, I mess with Sasuke. I mess with Naruto, man, but I like the side characters, man.
Okay. So, name some of the side characters that you like.
Shikamaru. He the real smart dude. I like how he really think, and they show you how he really thinking out through all these processes. You know what I mean? I like the Akatsuki members. I really like Itachi, you know, Sasuke's older brother, because he made an ultimate sacrifice for not only his family, but for the person in his family who he felt like he was the closest to. It was his little brother. You know, everything he ever did was for his little brother, and I feel that too. You know?
All right, okay. All right, cool. All right,
Real
so
niggas watch anime.
Hey,
that. Real niggas stories is in anime.
See, and this is why I'm doing it, because I think that there's an audience for that, and people will gravitate towards those things. Now, I've heard a lot of rappers try to pull off anime bars, but be kind of whack, you know what I'm saying? Or they be kind of mixing it up. But other than that, though, I definitely think that's interesting because you're able to tap into your creativity, you know, through that. Out of the, so do you watch like a lot of anime shows, or is it like a tight knit group of shows that you watch?
Yeah, so I started off watching shonen, which is like what most people would watch. I'll say like what made anime popular was the type of shows where people fighting and doing some weird stuff, and it's like the most of the show is fighting and action. That's like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Soul Eater, even like what I said. But then I like slice of life. Like it's different type of like comedy animes. This is one anime I watched called The Devil's a Part-Time. So it's basically some demon from another realm, like Demon King.
That's crazy.
He come into the mortal realm. And he don't know what the hell going on. This dude start working at McDonald's, bro, and he loved working at McDonald's. It's the funniest shit. It's like,
Bruh,
he had his second in command with him, and they both stuck out there. And the whole show basically like one of the characters trying to go home, the other one he like, bro, I like working at McDonald's. I like turning up here, man, and going up the ranks and stuff, just challenging myself in a different way. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like he's, you know, coming from humble beginning type of person, and, you know, really likes to work hard. And that's what that character definitely sounds like. The reason why I was asking if you watch a lot, because I was going to ask you who's your strongest character like that you've seen in the anime. Because I know it's like real, because like in Dragon Ball, it's like where Jiren was a strong character, Kid Buu was a strong character, Beerus was a strong character. So like, who's like that strong character in your?
All right, so in the animes I watch though, because I ain't gonna lie to you, if you know about power scaling and stuff, Goku and them always gonna beat somebody from Naruto. That's because they just like they write they show like that to where they blowing up planets and stuff like I ain't watch it, but I know what's going on, and you know what I'm saying, just being in the community. But it's like, I don't know, like me, I like Madara, man. Madara was crazy.
I heard him.
Came in there, he saw stuff like a million niggas, man. As soon as he touched down, bro, he wasn't even supposed to be around, but they reanimated him. He came through. It's a scene where he just go through slicing through like a whole army, bro.
That's crazy.
They pulled out all the stops for the kid, bro.
Yeah, I was seeing previews of that, like a very like clips and people like posting it at that time, because I think there was like a big arc at one time where Madara was like destroying a lot of stuff.
War,
Okay, Okay. All right, so let's slide back into the music a little bit. Definitely cover that one of your topics in that in regards to some of your lyrics or whatnot. So what's it like working in the local scene here in St. Louis for you? Like, I know there's many artists that you work with on your own, but as far as like networking outside that, like, how's that experience been for you?
I'll say just in the last year or two, I'm really starting to get more comfortable, not just networking, because like I've always been comfortable talking to people, making connections and stuff. I'm not a hard person to talk to, I don't feel like, or anything, but it's like I felt like the culture wasn't going in the way that I needed it to go. Like for the type of music I make, I can't be sitting there with the binking and bucking dudes all day. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? I admire them for what they do and the hold that they have on their people and their fan bases. I think that's beautiful, but it's not gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna help me get nowhere. So, like I said, just working with people who are stepping outside of the box, that I feel like St. Louis is not not putting themselves in, but trying to create for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we need to show off more, like, birthplace of jazz and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to just be making like music about killing each other. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So it's like finding those people who are stepping outside of that lane. It's been great in the last year or two. But before, I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling a little disheartened. Like, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to. If they ain't got the stuff set up, I'm gonna have to set it up myself.
Yeah,
you know
that's what you gotta do. Set up shop, because guess what? When that time comes, like, people gonna notice that, and they gonna remember those type of things, and that's how it all starts anyway. It's from a beginning, like, as far as when someone has an idea, and then once that idea grows into something amazing, people will attach to it. They'll start paying you for it. So it's so much that you can do here. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love my trap music here in St. Louis, but I also love the positive sound of music too. So I definitely get where you're coming from. So I know you already touched on this, and I ain't trying to be too redundant through the interview or not. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to definitely get more into your history, and I guess this time we're gonna go into the direction of your growth, right? So when you first started making music, what type of software did you use?
Oh man, I've been waiting to talk about this, bro. The first like, I'd say 10 songs I ever recorded. I'm telling you, I'm 15, 16 in my room. I don't know what I got, but I was just like, I got a little itch. I'm like, bro, I gotta get on this, man. I can't be recording off my phone, because like at first I was recording off my phone, and then I sit there I had to one take it through the whole thing. And like, that helped me a lot though, just having to gather these skills of like one taking and stuff. So when I actually go inside bigger studios and stuff, but it was bad because like the sound was just bad, production was bad. So I actually like, I would talk to my uncle. My uncle was like, "Hey man, I see what you're trying to do," and he actually the one that linked me up with my real M.I.L.E Club and everything. In the beginning, he was like, man, I'll buy you a mic, man. $25 blue snowball mic, right?
I know exactly what mic you're talking about.
Had the little blue snowball, right? I had me a Logitech Gateway computer with MixPad, the free version though, the free version of MixPad, right? So I'm on MixPad. I slide a little sock over the snowball mic, and I'm locking in. I done took me. Man, me and my little brother sharing the TV with the PS4. I took the TV on, like, man, I'm hooking this up to the computer with the HDMI, so I need all the screens I can get, so I'm gonna figure it out. I just locked in, bro. Like, the first Dark Season take, man, it was when I first figured out how to, like, finagle my way, because I wasn't paying for none of this, bro. I wasn't trying to pay, like, even though I wasn't trying to, because you got to put money in to get money out, but it's like, at the time, I ain't had the resources, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a kid.
That's usually how it happened. Like, you know, sometimes we had a lack of resources, but in the photography field, since that's what I do, you know, outside of this, like, it's all about what camera you use or whatever the case may be. But sometimes, hey, that old camera, if you work at it and like really get good at it, the newer cameras that you get, by the time you get to that, it's gonna be even better. So it's always good to kind of go through that beginning stage and have that rough patch, because I did notice, I went on your YouTube and I saw you were screen recording your songs. And so that's hard. And I respect that, because that meant that you used whatever you could to get your music out there. So talk about that experience more a little bit.
Yeah, that's what so like, man, I'm talking about, like, I had to go through, and I believe the software is called, I was on MixPad. So on MixPad, they don't give you a bunch of VSTs or anything like that. I'm gonna have to start talking engineering speak. I don't engineer my own music no more. So don't take what I'm saying. This is still the same knowledge I had when I was 16.
Right.
But like, so they don't give you no VSTs, and that's like stuff to help you with like effects and stuff. So I had to go buy me a free version. They had to find a way to finagle it into the system, because they wasn't even really trying to let you do too much on there on the free version. And they wouldn't let you export it as an MP3. You had to export it as an MP4, which connects to where you said I was screen recording it, because I had a video version of it, but I ain't had the actual audio to be able to upload and stuff. So, so what I had to do is I grabbed the Graylian. It's called Graylian. That was the first like vocal modifier that I had, software I had got. I took that, and it's like, oh man, this kind of sound like a little bit of auto-tune. So I took that and had to find the keys and stuff. Then when I did that, I'm like, all right, boom, I'm gonna record me a tape, because I already had a bunch of songs. I'm like, I'm ready to drop this stuff. Dark Season 1. I sat there, I locked in, I grabbed me a whole little 6-pack case of the 16-ounce Starbucks coffees, locked in the room for 30 hours straight, man.
What?
Smoking gas, just locking in, just all right, I'm sad, like all that stuff. Like I had to go in there and do that.
It sounds like you was on Lil Wayne timing, man.
Yeah,
like really trying to lock in for sure. And
30 hours, the whole tape was done and released,
man,
like this.
That's hard, and it's crazy because it actually like sounds good. So it's like you can't even tell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's dope. You said 30 hours, and some people be bragging about 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but like, man, sometimes you gotta take time. You know?
With 30 hours though, it sounds crazy, but 30 hours is the whole process of me getting the software, recording the songs, mixing them up, and releasing them. Like it was the whole process was done in 30. Yeah. So it sounds like it's a little bit of a long time, but like I used that whole 30.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So I wanted to also talk about where you are now, as far as how do you feel about it from when you was that young 15-year-old Tzzo Dark trying to figure it all out to now you're on M.I.L.E Club and you basically doing your thing right now.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Every time I'm thinking about like, oh man, stuff ain't moving the way I wanted to, and this, that, and the third. Cause you know everybody have they like it's an awkward period between like starting something and being where you want to be. You know, it's the same thing as like, you know, I got dreads. I started my dreads. When I first started them, it's like, okay, they look, you see what I'm trying to do. You can't be mad at nobody for having starters, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Then your starters get a little bit longer though, and then you hit that awkward phase. Sometimes it could take you up to a year to be able to really start dropping. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it with the music game. And I directly tie my dread growth and everything to my music career because like, you know, everybody, not everybody, but most people who got dreads, they got dread journey. You know what I mean? It's like you tie it to something in your life. And then, you know, I said if I ever cut my hair, I'm done. You know what I mean? But that's not going to happen, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I got a couple dread homies. They definitely got their stories with their hair for sure, man. Most definitely. All right, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you, like, really analyzing yourself, like, through your stages. Because a lot of people, sometimes people just go straight through it, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I ain't going to say a lot of people, some people don't sit back and reflect on that. So it's good that you reflecting on that, man. And I'm going to get into a little complex, I ain't going to say complex, but it is a challenging topic. How do you feel about the classic 4-bar structure versus like more of a natural flow, like where you're not really rhyming, but you rhyme in some bars, you rhyme in some, you know, and then others may not rhyme. So for an example, you'll have, I don't know, what's something we can freestyle off the top of the head real quick, which is 4 words. Okay, so you got maybe tie, dye, lie, sky. Right, that's how you end off your bars or whatever, and then some people might just have where
they really just talking.
Yeah, they talking basically. So how do you feel about that? Yeah.
So me, I like to talk. I like to talk, but I do like the structured bars as well. It's like I feel like you need a good mixture of both things because, and probably like in a perfect situation for me, I'm thinking like you can appeal to multiple people with the same song. So maybe on the first verse, I'm hitting a 4-bar structure, or even half of the first verse. You can do quarter verses. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do. You know what I mean? Half of this verse, in a different type of flow. Then you hop on the second verse, and then I could go into just talking, and you know what I mean. And the transition just got to be smooth, you know. And it like I don't fault nobody. You just got to be saying something to me, man. You know what I mean? It's like I can overlook a lot of like structurally like wrong things. I guess you would say wrong, but it ain't wrong. Like if you feeling it and we feeling it is right. You know what I mean? But you got to be speaking, man. Like.
Yeah, that's the point. You familiar with Lucky?
I fuck with Lucky.
Okay,
yeah.
Lucky. So Lucky do that a lot.
Yeah, he talk.
Yeah,
but he talking though too.
Exactly.
Though that's why he's speaking.
Exactly.
Like it's not. He's not just talking. He's speaking. I consider myself a big speaker. Like you done heard like Kevin Gates say stuff like that. Like for me, like I really analyze what he say there, and it's like to be a speaker is the one who takes stuff in and project it back out. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, see, that's how it's supposed to go down, and I could see in your music for sure, like, I can see a free-flowing, natural state in there. And actually, you do add, like, a lot of bars in your stuff, too. We're going to definitely get into that a little bit, so, for sure. So, one last thing on this topic, like, as far as studio time, like, when you in the studio, what's some of your essentials? Because you know you said you had 16 coffees, Starbucks case of coffee. So what's some of the things that you need while you getting ready to zone in?
All right, nowadays, man, I need me a cool. I smoke big gas, but then it's like during the studio session, I'm probably only gonna smoke me a little 1.5 of the Tzzo, and I might take me like a couple of shots of the Henny. And it's not essential, but I'm saying like it is like if I'm really finna go crazy, like some of my best songs, like you can't even tell, but I was sauced in there, man. I'm in the booth, I'm like. It's a couple times I done went in there off the shrooms, man. Don't judge me now.
Hey, no judgment. We here.
Because it just open up your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, open yourself to different flows, take you out of a mental institute you in, you know. So it's all type stuff, man. I drink a little bit. I got to have me an energy drink because I be tired, man. I be in that long session sometimes, man. Other than that, man, got to have the guys, man. Got to have the guys with you, man. The people who uplift you and inspire you, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And a lot of time I know some people have these environments where they understand it might be too distracting having like heck of people in the studio.
Sometimes it might be unproductive, but that's what I'm saying now. I'm talking about like maybe 5 niggas.
Yeah, see, there you go.
5 niggas, you call me pain.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's how them sessions usually go. I've been in one of them before, like on some official stuff, so I know what it. You know, I have a little brief history of it, so I definitely. That's why I asked that question because I know it could get kind of I ain't gonna say crazy, but get a heck of distracting. So let's get into your projects, man. So we got Dark Season, man. The first one that I seen. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going based off Spotify. I did check out your SoundCloud and your YouTube, so I seen pretty much all of them. Pretty much with like had mutual songs on there. I don't think it was too much of a difference. So on Spotify, I saw that you had that Dark Season. Now, I'm gonna want you to go first. So you give your favorite song, and I'm gonna give my favorite song.
Off of Dark Season.
Yep.
My favorite song is "I'm Fine."
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. Okay. What you like about it?
Man, I don't know. I don't know how I was doing it at the time, bro. But I just felt like I was really snapping on there. It's just like she say, I thought you give me that rover. I say, remember when you said it was over. Like I was just tapping into like. I don't know, a part of me that, like, sometimes in my music, I even speak towards the future. Like, I'll speak on some stuff that, like, I look back, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't even really all the way going through that stuff all the way, but, like, I was just absorbing my environment and, like, even looking towards the future. Like, yeah, now I'm going through something just like this, you know what I mean? And that song, it was just, like, and even the title is, like, I'm fine. And you, like, a lot of my projects, I like to put, like, I like to have all the shit in caps, like, all the titles and stuff in caps because it's like I'm really like saying this stuff loud, you know what I mean? Like I'm fine. Like somebody like, how you doing? I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like something like that, you know.
Hey, that's unique. Okay, I ain't never heard of that. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so you actually using because all caps is definitely supposed to mean that. Like it's supposed to mean you yelling. So it's like, so that's definitely unique that you are using that as a creative outlet to express yourself. So that's dope. So my favorite song off that tape is How Sad. I love that one, man. Definitely one of my favorites on that one. So what you think about that one? Like
How Sad, that one was a groove, bro. Most definitely. That one was like it was three songs in the tape. That's all it was. It was I'm Fine, How Sad, and Falling. So like I'm Fine was more like bouncing in between that, like kind of like, and during the time it was like some little Juice WRLD type stuff, you know, long live Juice,
man, long live Juice, man, 999 for sure,
you know, forever. But yeah, like I was embracing a little bit of that, and then on How Sad, I was more digging into like my actual like my feelings, like I'm sad, got me mad, yeah. So it's like I was getting more emotional, and then like on Falling, it was like a tear, like I'm fine, How Sad, and then Falling, like I really fell down into my emotions and stuff. And like I know that a lot of people said that was their favorite song, but I ain't even like I was feeling it, but I wasn't like, obviously I released it and stuff, and I made it, but it was like that was my least favorite off the whole little thing.
So in this project, like how did you come up with the idea and everything, like the concept?
All right, so Dark Season, like I abbreviate my name like at the end, like the Dark DRK SZN, because like I don't know, like you see the season stuff or whatever, and then it's like Dark Season is the time like it's now. You know what I mean? It's like basically in my head, dark season is anywhere from like Halloween to New Year's. You know what I mean? To where it's just that period of time where like seasonal depression will kick in for a lot of people. It's cold outside. You know what I mean? It's a time where you really trying to be inside. You really just trying to chill, and that's the type of vibe I try to give out with a lot of my earlier music, especially, is that I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm trying to uplift. You know what I mean? And then it's dark outside. I have dark concepts in my head sometimes. I'm a dark thinker. You know, like dark season just mean a lot to me, man. It just mean, you know, this is the time for us, you know, the people who the outcasts, you know what I mean?
All right, okay, that's what's up. I like that, and I think it's a very congruent project too. Like the sound fits together really well. So I think with that project, it's like a good introduction for sure. Like as far as how I'm seeing it, because I definitely think it's good to see that type of thing early on, man. I don't know. That's crazy, man. So we're going to head on to the next tape, and so I'm going to start this time. We got My Darkest Realities. This is the second tape that I listened to in order. And so my favorite song out there is 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about that, for sure.
6 a.m., man. So it's crazy because, all right, My Darkest Realities, that tape, I named it that because, like, I was trying to express parts of myself that maybe I don't even like talking about, you know, and stuff like. So 6 a.m., it, like, the meaning behind 6 a.m. is, like, me, I be at the time specifically, I was hanging around, I was, like, on a weekend or whatever, like, especially if you ain't got no, like, super serious job, you shouldn't be up at 6 a.m., you know what I mean? Not saying that you shouldn't be, like, you ain't busy or nothing, but I'm saying I'm up from last night till 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. now, and that's how I'm feeling. Like you know what that feel like. You just came back from the club. You maybe just came back from some shorty house. You doing the walk of shame. It could be anything. You up at 6 a.m. and just all these thoughts is flowing through your head. It's like you smoking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You riding down the street, maybe on the way back to the crib. It's like, man, what did I do? Well, you know what I mean? Like that was just the vibe of the whole song. It's just like, just unleashing the truth, man. It's like I'm scared of myself. I might be dangerous. Those just like the type of things that you think about. You know what I mean? When you really, you know you done did wrong. You know what I mean? But you gotta admit it to yourself first before you can even tell anybody else about it. You know?
Man, you ain't lying, man. I had plenty of those. If it ain't 6 a.m., it's a late night. So
Yeah,
I definitely know what you
sure.
mean. I know what you mean because I'm a type of person that like to go like riding around, like out at like night. So it's like I'm talking about ghost town hours type stuff.
Yeah.
So and there's things that I was doing I probably should have been doing, but hey, it is what it is. But you get up in the morning, you get back to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it go for sure. Okay. All right. And so, what was your favorite song out the tape?
It was 6 a.m. Nah, yeah, it was either 6 a.m. and Ultraviolent. Like that tape, that was another three song tape, 3-song EP. Like all those songs, man. Ultraviolent was crazy to me because, like, I don't know, I really like purple. Purple is like my main color where I try to infuse into all my projects a little bit of purple. Even the cover art for My Darkest Realities, I made that myself in Photoshop.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, man. I did that at school.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. So, we had FN Finesse last week. He said he did his cover art.
Yeah, I do all my cover arts.
That's crazy.
Every single one. Yeah.
That's crazy. And this is dope.
Yeah, I had my face melting and most of I really went in there and did that, man. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, that's what's up. All right. So I'm going to swiftly move on to the next tape. And so we got The Dragon. So I love the cover art on this one, by the way. And you did this too?
Yes, sir.
Of course. Hey, no lies in here. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so this one on the cover art, I got the, obviously I have the purple dragon right there.
Yeah.
Then I have dragon that's actually in kanji behind the dragon.
Like the font type and everything. Okay.
Kanji. And then, just a little parental advisory. I gotta let them know what they getting into.
For sure. Okay. So my favorite track off this one is definitely 01 Baby. I'm telling you, like, this is definitely going. If you see 100 listens, that's me. All right, just so you know. Yeah. But go ahead. Go ahead though. So tell us about the concept behind this song. Of course, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah. So I'm a 01 baby. I was born in 2001, December 19th. Yeah. So I really wanted to put on for people who was my age. I really just wanted to have a little age anthem, and my homie MG Swaggo hopped on the track. me and him had been we had been in similar circles and stuff for a minute, and I was like, man, we got to do something. And I ended up having a studio session. And it's crazy. Like, basically, all of the Dragon, except for, like, 1 or 2 songs was made in that room on the same day. You know what I mean? I had Trap Don come through. I had MG come through. I had AF and J-Bo in there. We ain't do no song that day. I did solo that day. But, yeah, MG, man, he came in, and I just knew he had his flow. Like, so he from over on East Side, and he got a lot of, like, fans and stuff. And you know, these are all people that we know, like, collectively. And I'm just like, man, y'all niggas so hard. Like, I don't know how y'all doing this shit. And they had me, they like, bro, we just like the fact that you doing different stuff. And I'm just like, man, we got to come together, man, and just fuse it together. So I just go in there and say she want a demon. You know what I mean? Well, you know one. You know what I mean? I'm the one. Yeah.
Yep, they're the recognizable lyrics on that one, too, for sure. So, okay, and what was your favorite song out there?
Off of there?
Yeah.
Blackout. Blackout.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I was just speaking.
Well, hold on. What number was that song?
It was the last one. It's the outro.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I remember now for sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that definitely was hard. So yeah, speak more on that.
Yeah, on Blackout, I just got to speaking like, all right. So I don't usually make songs where I'm just repeating like lines. Though I know it seemed like sometimes it could seem like my songs come up easily or whatever, but it's like these are things that like I really think about what I'm saying. But on this one, it's like I heard the beat and I was just got put in that trance instantly, like blackout, ooh ah, you know. And then like even in the background, like I really was yelling, but they kind of toned it down and put the different modifiers on it, so where it sound like it's just coming out naturally and stuff. But like I was really just putting straight pain and angst in there, like I'm suffering from depression and anxiety, like. It don't seem like it now, but you know what I mean. I get anxious, real anxious in certain situations, and it all comes from a place of like being kind of put in under the fire, like in the hood and the other places in life, man. You know, like people was always trying to do this, that, and the third, and it's like I can't stop thinking about that. I'm always thinking about possible outcomes of every situation. You know what I mean? You gotta be prepared, so you ain't gotta get ready. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, it drives me crazy sometimes for real. And then the depression part is just, you know. You see enough stuff, man. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, mental health is important. And so, actually, I was getting ready to move on to the next topic on that one, but like opening up that conversation, how important is it to you to like take care of your mental health? For sure,
it's very important to me, but it's not like I tell the truth in my music. I'm not at a point to where I feel like I could be giving anybody advice, honestly. Like, I can give advice on small situations where I feel like I done came out with the best possible outcome, but I'm not to a point to where I feel like I could tell somebody, oh, yeah, you need to do this and do that. And I feel like it's different for everybody depending on the situations you have been through. I try to take care of myself mentally, but it's like, you know, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Yeah, ain't nobody perfect at all. I think definitely as long as you're trying and staying focused on your goals and where you're trying to, you know, like head in life and stay focused, I think it can help out a lot. Now, obviously, there are situations where people is just like they're in a rut. I was watching this video today on YouTube. Well, no, actually it was TikTok. And this dude, he was like, you know, he felt like he was in the chokehold, like his depression was so bad. So it's definitely important that we have these creative outlets and stuff to do like this, because a lot of times, a lot of people would just be in the house really sad, and it's unfortunate that it has to happen that way sometimes.
A big thing, too, about just, like, anything, I'll just speak on a couple of things. Like, I can't really get no advice, but these are things I try to do, like, stay out of other people's business. That's number one. That's a big thing. That's the biggest thing to me just in life, period. It's like, stay out of other people's business, because other people's problems will become your problems. You gotta watch who you're around, because you might not even know you got vampires around you in real life. Like, all this stuff, I use these words, like, normally, because, like, there's real deal vampires around you. There's social vampires that will suck the energy up out of you to where you feel like you can't do nothing because you done gave all your energy, or you done spent all your time helping this person out. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't help people out, but, you know when somebody there for you and when they not, you know what I mean? Like, don't have no social vampires. Don't be getting caught up in everybody's stuff, stressing yourself out about it. You
Stay out the way, man.
Everybody grown, so everybody can take care of themselves at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to just focus on yourself. And sometimes it sounds a little selfish, but it's true. You know what I mean? That's how you really lock in and master your own energy.
Man, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. I'm glad we got to talk about that for sure, man. All right, so We're going to get back on track, and we're going to talk about Dark World next.
Okay.
And so this time I want you to go ahead and get your favorite off there, and then I'm going to get mine.
Favorite off Dark World. It is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is with my song,
hard,
man.
It's so tough. And it's crazy because when I was listening to it, that's my favorite saying. And, like, I always say that. And it's like a relief for me. When I say it, like, it literally gives me mental relief when I say it is what it is. I just let it go and just move on, because if I'm stuck on that or whatever it is for so long, I mean, it's going to end up eating me alive. So, I'm feeling like that's relatable, you know what I mean?
It was a big part of the last conversation with the mental health, too.
Yeah.
Like, I had to, like, that song came about. That song got a crazy story to it. Like, I really, like, I was in a situation to where I had, and I got to look away for this one, because, like, I was in a situation to where I had relations with somebody, and then, like, turned around, like, a year later, not even a year, but, like, around the time to where it could have been, you know what I mean? Like, somebody tried to tell me that I had a baby or something. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like I'm a man. Like, I really take care of, like, anything that any of my situations I take care of, bro. But it was just the fact that, like the person who it was and stuff was doing so much other stuff that, like, I was really just beat down by it. It really like drained me all the way on the spot. I was like, man, I can't do nothing. The whole summer, it was a whole summer, I was just sitting there stressing about this, man. Because, you know, I was just trying to figure out what it was and stuff. And then I come to find out that it ain't had nothing to do with me anyway. But I had already wrote this song to where I was just like, if it is what it is, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, man, I don't know. I don't even want to get into the lyrics and stuff, though, because, like, yeah.
But, yeah, it gets deep, for sure. I definitely know. So, all right, I guess it's my turn on this one. My favorite one's Can't Relate, for sure. An intro that's hard-hitting, like, right away, where it's just like the beat hit you immediately. So, like, go ahead and talk about that process and what you like about that one.
Can't Relate was super cool, because it was like, I'm like, man, these niggas, they hate and they fake, can't relate, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not me. I'll just be putting in little sayings that I was saying around the time of each album, each little project. I'm like, at that point, I was like, can't relate. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, like, even in the music business and stuff, or just day-to-day life, like, there's people who'll hate on you, and they'll be upset that you ain't as upset as they is about them being mad. You know what I mean? It's a lot of crazy stuff that go on. It's like, you know, you gotta try not to relate, and especially if you don't, you just gotta tell them that. You know what I mean? I just can't relate to you. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, I've had to learn to separate myself a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get caught up in the mix of stuff and you end up losing yourself sometimes. So you have to understand that certain things you don't relate on. So that's why I like that one a lot, man. For sure. Definitely. Man, I had to say the best for last. And this song, Darkonomics, man, off of True Devotion, which is your last one right now. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, the lyrics, they hit me. Was a little bit towards the end. It was like, you act like it don't hurt, but it's hard to say goodbye. Is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I had it right. So, man, I was like, what? So that's my favorite one out the tape for sure. Yeah. It's very deep. And recently I had lost my aunt, and then recently I had lost my cousin and stuff. So, like, my big cousin. So it's definitely like one of those moments where it's like, God dang, it hit you. You know what I'm saying? Those lyrics do something for you, man. So go ahead and talk about it, though.
Yeah,
sure.
Darkonomics, it actually was it was more of a song kind of about like trying to teach. All right, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm trying to teach the person who I'm with, you know what I mean, my female, whoever, you know what I'm saying, to be with me, you know what I'm saying. That's Darkonomics is like a class, you know, you got economics, this, that, and the third, Darkonomics. So, like, I can teach you my spells, but I can't promise that they're gonna work. Yeah. And that's even for, like, my friends stuff. Like, I can teach you what I'm doing. Yeah. I can't say that it's gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? Say that it don't hurt, but goodbye is never easy. Yeah. I posted with a bleezy to smoke away my fifis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what. See, that's why. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's your favorite song off the tape?
Off of the tape, off of that one, I'll say The Rain.
Okay.
Rain, definitely.
All right. Okay. That's what's up. All right. What you like about it?
The Rain, that one was all about mental health. It was about, like, just depression. The rain, to me, what the rain means, like, if you hear me saying the rain, I'm speaking about just a cloud of the, like, anxiety and stuff that might hang over you. Because, you know, you see little cartoons and stuff. Like, this is how I think. Like, I see cartoon and I'm like, like you see the little character with a cloud over his head, it's a storm cloud, and it just keep raining, and that song I talk about, if you keep letting the rain fall on you, you can drown. You know what I mean? You might not make it back out, you know? And it's like, sometimes it might feel like you drowned and you got washed to the shore, you know what I mean? And like, maybe you got saved on accident, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't take no specific steps towards saving yourself, but, you know, something in life just show you that you can find land, you know what I mean? Like, in this ocean, it's just life, you know what I mean? And I don't know. Like, the rain, it was heavy, man.
All right. See, and this is why I talk about this and I go over the projects, because it gets, first of all, it gets explained and you get clarity, because I got a little clarity on Darkonomics. So it's like, this is why it's good to sit back and reflect on those projects for sure. And that's why I ask those type of questions for sure. And, you know, it's a wonderful thing to see. Project 1 to now, how do you feel about that process and that growth?
I love just sitting back sometimes and playing my music from start to finish. Like, honestly, like from Dark Season to True Devotion, you know, because like it all means something to me. Like my darkest realities, True Devotion. It just, like, I like to see my own growth. I like to, and I put out this much music because, like, some people like, oh man, you ain't need to release all this back then or this. I put out this much music so then these people can really, anybody who want to listen to my music, they got a full discography. They get to take my journey with me, learn the lessons I learned, so to speak, through the music. And like, I just love hearing it, man, because I'm like, man, I'm so proud of myself. I do this for my 13-year-old self, for my 8-year-old self who is writing poems. That's what I do it for. You know what I mean? I do it for everybody else too, but at the end of the day, it's really for me. Like, this is therapy for me to, like, release these feelings into the world and stuff.
That's what's up, man. All right, so in closing, man, we're going to talk about a few more things, and I want to talk about streaming services real quick, because I noticed on your Spotify it's pretty creative. I think it was on Dark World, you were using the previews on Spotify and stuff. So tell us about that. Like, how did that like come together and everything? Because I never really knew, like, I don't even know how to do it. I can't see that side of the artist side. I see the listening side, but not the artist side of it. So how did that come together on Dark World when you were doing the like boomerangs and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, so me, I like to take, like, everything, like, I try to just be as, like not even original, but organic as possible. I like to be real organic, like, everything that like, I think it was True Devotion, right, that I had the reels and stuff on for the most part. So I go around and I take the
oh, my bad, it was True Devotion, my fault. Yeah, okay.
It's the stuff that I take it straight out of my camera roll, like, me really just living life. Like, I don't like to post on social media a whole lot, because I feel like it take you out of the moment to sit there and try to capture what you're doing. You know what I mean? Instead of just living life. But I still capture everything. Sometimes I'll catch me a little like I went to the $5 cam event. I had to flick it up a little bit, you know. Yeah. So I take that stuff right on my phone and I put it up there, and I'm like, I think to myself, like, oh, so this song got this vibe. How was I feeling when I made this? And I go find that version of myself inside my phone, and I'm like, all right, let me put that up there and really just show them, like, this is me, like, at the time.
That's what's up. Hey, okay, cool. And sticking on Spotify and everything else, do you have like a preference as far as where you like to upload? Like, what's the smoothest process for you of uploading, or is it all pretty simple?
It's all pretty simple. Okay. Like, uploading, you know, I don't know if people know this, but you usually go through one service, and then it, like, goes out to everybody, like all the Apple to stuff like that. I really like back in the day, I really loved SoundCloud, man, because it was like that was the only place to where you could really do it for free and have that control over your music, so to speak. It's just, you know what I mean, I wasn't getting paid for all them streams back then.
Right.
That's the thing. You understand? I was a little hurt by that one.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it for sure. Okay. So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see myself in another country somewhere with a fine ass, like, French bitch or something, eating a crepe, smoking some dank, and still giving the people what they want. That crank. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Okay. And what's next? Like, what we need to look out for? Tell Red Radar what they need to peep, because we definitely watching now.
It's different, because today we really an exclusive. Dark Season 3.
got the special drop?
Dark Season 3
All right.
drop tomorrow.
Ooh.
Really tonight,
B-Day
12
time?
o'clock. Yeah,
Okay.
December 19th on all digital December 19th on all digital streaming platforms. Dark Season 3 is going to be released. We got a cool, like, 11, 12 songs on the tape.
Okay.
I might do a deluxe, you know what I mean? Because like,
Oh.
while I was recording the final pieces of the album and stuff, I was like, man, I just made some hard ass stuff, you know what I mean? So I gotta I might throw it back on there, but be looking out for visuals and stuff. Like, and this one, I tried to do it a little different. I tried to take more inspiration from what's around me. Like, I've been spending a lot more time just downtown with different people and stuff. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna take this inspiration from like the harder parts of life, and I'm putting a little bit more hard trap beats on there, but I still got that stuff that y'all love, that sing songy stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's still on there. But it's just I'm doing a better job of infusing it now. I even got like little freestyles on there and different things I just feel like people want to hear. I got tracks where the beat carry on a little bit longer, so you can sit there and try to freestyle with me and whatever you would like to do, man. So,
I don't know. You might be in my head, bro, because, bro, I straight be doing that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, when they had a long, I'll tell you the perfect one, 1,000 Band Fonny, Karma. He got a whole little space on that mug, and so sometimes I'll rap over that mug.
Just rap over the beat, man.
Yeah, man.
Like,
that's
you in there with
cool.
the artists, I like to connect, man. So I just want to give people that option just to be able to connect with me.
That's what's up. See, you be thinking, man. That's what's up. All right, man. So this is about a wrap. So go ahead, tell them all your socials, where they can find you at, where you streaming at, all of that.
You can find me anywhere at Tzzo Dark, TZZODARK. There is no E in my name, but we changed the game. You know what I'm saying? By taking the E out, TZZODARK on all platforms. You can find me.
All right, man. Shout outs to Red Radar. We here again. We'll see y'all next time, and we signing out.
Peace.